that leads me. So all these are asphalt shingles, correct? Asphalt shingles are kind of like I'm assuming the most common you'll find in Chicagoland.
Yep.
And we don't have to spend too much time on it if you don't think it's something that will benefit necessarily the Midwestern people watching this. But what's your opinion on like all the other materials? I've been learning there's wood, metal, slate, and then what else is there? I think there was one other one. Tile. Like there's all these different types of options that you can have. And I see that some are like more durable, but they're heavier and more expensive. Or like there's some slate that's made out of like recycled rubber, which looks really cool to me. So like do you find that it's common that homeowners here in Chicagoland are like looking at those materials? Is there rules or regulations against building with one or the other?
Yeah.
Like, what do you think about that stuff?
Yeah, the industry's pretty cool. There's a lot of new products that are coming out. So different, even asphalt shingles. You have slate and you have clay tile, metal. There's metal shingles now. We just barely broken the surface on photovoltaic shingles.
Wow.
So they have shingles now that are solar panels.
Okay.
So before you would have the shingle within the solar panel. Now the solar technology is actually within within the shingle. And so those are new, relatively new, not super common just yet, but the technology is advancing. Mm-hmm. There's synthetic products. You've got like Da Vinci roofing products makes a really good synthetic cedar shake or mm-hmm. synthetic slate. The downside of those products is they're super expensive. Mm-hmm. So while they're popular, people like them. I get a lot of questions about them. Most people aren't in the market for that. Mm-hmm. Most people, their roof is the most expensive maintenance item on their home already. Mm-hmm. So for cost effectiveness and to do what you need it to do, the asphalt shingles are going to perform just as good as those other products. But when you get into, even if you're just talking about cedar shake, is 2 to 3 times the cost mm-hmm. of an asphalt shingle, at least, maybe more. Mm-hmm. It depends on the application, but for the most part, you're looking at doubling or more your cost if you go to one of those upgraded products.
Is there any time where you're suggesting a homeowner to go for the upgraded, or is it you're kind of just like asphalt?
There's no time where I would consider it necessary mm-hmm. unless there's an HOA requirement. So some homeowners associations require that the homes within the community or mm-hmm. have a certain roofing system up there.
Yeah.
So there's still cedar shake HOA requirements. Mm-hmm. Typically you can get around those with a synthetic product just because natural cedar shake is higher on maintenance. So you can get away with a synthetic product where you don't have to maintain it like you do cedar shake. But there are still areas where it is required that you have cedar shake. Okay. So that would be a situation in which that homeowner would have to do it. Mm-hmm. You can't get a permit without going through that HOA. So it is a requirement they do have to follow. Mm-hmm. That would be the only time. There's no technical application in which you would have to put on, let's say, a cedar shake. Okay. For performance reasons.
Yeah, that makes sense.
An asphalt shingle will do they serve the same purpose. Mm-hmm.